Well, hello there, you two. Welcome to a 60-degree Thursday, the 10th of July. I don't know what I don't think it got much lower than 60 overnight. I want to say 50 something. It wasn't very cool. The humidity at least dropped.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Why, dear God, why? What is it I say that kicks that Siri off of my watch every morning? I didn't say nothing, but didn't say her name or nothing. But anyway, I got distracted with that. Got both of those vlogs done and got a decent night's sleep to boot. So I'm all caught up. As long as something weird don't happen tonight. But anyway, let's roll off to work and get that done. One more day closer to the weekend. It's crazy when you get older. You just live for the weekends. Just get through the work. All right. All cattywampus in our parking spot. I was looking at that Jeep going, well, I wonder why this guy's door open. He doesn't have a door on that side.
Yeah.
We got the party van here using up our spot. So we're sitting in here backwards today. Mama?
Yes, Papa.
Made it to Thursday.
We did.
Yeah, 2 more days.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Anyway, we're kind of running close on time here, so we're gonna roll out.
Alrighty.
Have yourself a wonderful day there, Mama.
You too, hubby hub.
All right, love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
All right, bye now. So I look a little better than yesterday. I'll try to show you, if I can, what I'm talking about. Kind of hard to, but you can see this cup. That cup is recessed, and what you want to do is you want to fill it so that the fluid just, you know that wetness when the fluid hits something, you'll see the wetness bubble right there on both of those cups. So what I'll do is I'll fill it till it just touches this forward rim. Again, the cups, this is much lower than the back, so it's pointing down. I would say probably 6 to 8 degrees, somewhere in there, just because of the shape of the bike sitting here. But anyway, you fill it so it's right in there. Then you take these caps and you must wash them out with water. You want all the brake fluid to be gone, and they have to be completely dry. And then you want the cup, when you lock the cup down, you want the vent to face up. Both of these vents were facing down. That's why there's brake fluid all over the place, because that's where the vent is right where that bulge is in the lid. See that right there? That's where the vent is. And they go in like sequence, but you'll put it on about right here, and then that will be facing upwards like that. Clean these things thoroughly. For a lack of better terms, it almost gets a siphoning effect when you put them on wet, because they don't fit that tight. And I mean, tight enough nothing gets in there, but if it's wet, I don't know why, they'll weep. Even if you have the vent facing at the back, they'll weep. So anyway, oh, the brake fluid, both cups 1% moisture content, so fluid's fine. I don't know. Spiders somehow or another have a way, and then sometimes I think it's just people over washing them or something, and pressure washing. I've seen brand new ones come in for the first service and need a brake flush. And then others like this, I mean, who knows when this was flushed last. And this will be the weak point. It won't have more moisture anywhere else. You know, it comes in through the venting of the reservoir. So anyway, I just simply need to add fluid to it, and I'll show you when I'm done. All right. So what you do is you can see that wetness just as it's starting to touch the front edge. You don't want to fill that cup up. You just want to touch the hole in the cup. Hopefully that's showing up in the video. But yeah, and see with that, you see how this thing has a little metal piece on the bottom, this little cork, and when it goes down, it triggers that sensor. But you can see those things are literally floating in above their little cut. It can't come out, they're long. And that sensor won't go off with that thing sitting there like that. And then on the caps, you can see the ridge in it, and then you can see the cutaway inside there where it allows air to go past the diaphragm. So the other thing you want to do is you'll notice there's a little cutaway. You want that, when you put it together, you want that to face the vent. And then when you go on, you simply just keep all that together, and you find a little hole where she ratchets on right there, and you feel it's nice and tight. See how the vent is now facing up? Both of these vents were facing down. They were at different angles. They were facing down. So the cutaway in the diaphragm is up high, and then the vent is up here, and it will not leak. And I cleaned it out with water. You literally feel it kind of go like it's, you know, sticky rubber. That's the feeling you want to have. So, you know, make sure the tops of your cups are dry as well. Just stuck my finger in the fluid. But that's it. And then the diaphragm, like I say, you find where the cutaway is up here. Point the camera, and there's my vent. Just flip it in there. The cutaway is facing, spin it. It's facing the vent. Find its little happy hole here, right there. Yeah, you can feel that strong resistance. That means it's got a nice tight seal, and it won't weep around the bottom edge at all. That's the way it should look. Your vent's facing up. It's not perfectly up, but you know, because it's like a tri little thing. But that's it. He won't get any unless a sensor fails. And he doesn't have a failed sensor because it would come back immediately when I hook it up to buds. And that's it. Now from here, he needs a purge valve, and it takes a couple of Oetiker clamps. I think it's one or two. I'll look when I get in there. You pull this panel off, and then that audible cover, which is no longer, they quit that in like 15, 16, somewhere in there, because this is also a support for the upper fairing. They took that out with the 1330s and put a metal bar there instead. And because the 1330s don't make as much clacky sounds as the twins did, there's no need to quiet them down like that. That's it. Brake fluid's good. Caps won't leak no more. The fluid level's high enough. It won't be triggering those codes anymore either. Ammo. Leave my tool in there. All right, I've got a right-hand switch, the cruise control. Remember I rode the 2020 RT. Well, the problem he was having, it wasn't, you know, setting the cruise and then, you know, hitting the brakes to shut it off. The resume button wasn't working. So I did a half a test. So he ordered a new, there's no names here, as you can see. So he ordered the new switch has the new cruise on it. There's nothing, there's really nothing to show you because there's nothing mechanical in there. It's just, like I say, it's like them old calculators. You ever take the little calculators apart and you're going, hey, there's nothing. There's just like these little charcoal pills that are touching something. It's kind of that deal. It's all digital. And then he's getting the new cables, which are stainless steel now. And you don't have to seek them out. The old part numbers are gone. They've all superseded to the stainless steel cables. There's your adjuster in there. And that solves the breaking handles syndrome on 2020 and 21. I think 22 is when the cables came out. And he doesn't have his straps. Nope. holding his toolkit anymore, so he just had that kind of laying right there, which is usually where I find them. Because if you ever tried to put those Velcro straps to hold your toolkit up into the seat again, it's not fun. But yeah, you usually see them sitting by the brake reservoir. 2 trucks. All right, let me get my estimate going for the purge valve, and definitely gonna need a tire. And yeah, good to go. Nothing ever seems to go smoothly with me. So I decided, well, I'll go ahead and knock those cables out right quick. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. I know these 2 guys that ride together, and they just have a ball together. So I can't say anything bad, but it's not their fault. They're just out having fun. But it wasn't just the cable. The whole brackets and the linkage and everything was in like an inch of road grime. It looked like road grime, like you're going down I don't even know how to explain it. You know, like when they gravel the roads during the winter and then the snow melts. So actually, while it's still kind of slushy and messy, it gets in everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Well, underneath there where those brackets are, and the cable comes up from underneath, comes across, and it clicks in over here. Well, the latches for the 2 bags, can't do anything upside down. So they're right here, and the cable actually connects just past this thing here. Well, this road grime, it was literally swimming in it, and I'm going, man, that cable is perfect. What's going on? I can't figure out what's going on. Well, it was so, everything's just got a layer of dirt on it, you know. Like I say, they're just out there having a good time. But anyway, I didn't realize that was riding, and I go, why won't these things retract? You know, it should snap back. So when you shut the bag, click, it snaps back and locks the bag. And that was one of his complaints, is the bag's randomly open. And then I look down and I go, why is that cable riding so close to the plastic down there? No, it was not plastic. It was literally about an inch of grunge. I have blown out and dust mopped my floor twice. I had so much stuff, and I had to clean my rack off and everything. It was so much grind and stuff that I just had to blast it out of there. That it was slippery on the floor. We had people down here back, they made out a little section back there in a shipping and receiving area where they're doing the training class, the class part of, you know, getting your motorcycle endorsement. I'm thinking they're probably doing 3-wheelers over there too, but I don't know. Anyway, they're there. I don't want any of them to walk through here and slip. This floor is some kind of slippery when it's dusty. But anyway, got both of the cables in there. You wouldn't believe the mess. When I went in and washed my hands, it was just mud coming off of me. But I got them free. They open nice and smooth both sides. And you can hear it, they click shut like they're supposed to. I got them adjusted right. So yeah. So one of the cables, yeah, that one's pretty stiff. This one's actually smoother. But it's this kind of stuff, you know, just like this layer of grunge everywhere. And then, yeah, I forgot, in 2020 they just routed everything different. Even even taking the switch, or doing the switch assemblies different. I do like, you know, I was talking about how 2024 and 25s, you know, gotta be very careful. You could break those pipes. It was no different before. They're doing the same thing. It just, you know, it's a totally different setup, but it has that same deal going on. I think I was looking at my Pan America one day, and I have the same thing. I don't know. I mean, I know that there's a groove that it rides in. You know, they're metal on these. What was I doing that they were plastic? I forget what that was. But yeah, metal. Oh, it was one of the newer 24s or whatever I was showing you. And I thought they were plastic. It was just kind of a dark, like, metal. It looks like he's got some water intrusion in here too. You can see some oxidizing and stuff. So all this, all this has to come apart, and it's all wound in here, and it times at a certain point where it's, oh, you can honk all you want. The gate's broke. Hold on. Just some random person driving by and honking the horn. I think they do that they see the sign says honk for delivery, and I think they just can't resist honking your horn. But yeah, anyway, the way everything wires through here is just nuts. And the way the heated grip clips into the fairing piece up there, I knew that was there, but I forgot. Good thing I never yank on anything. Because here's the left-hand one, it's in there. Here's the right-hand one, it's disconnected. And everything that I'm disconnecting, I'm having to blow them out, because even the couplers will not open. They're so packed with grunge and grime that the couplers will not open. And as you're pulling them out, they're going... They're water resistant, almost waterproof. I say they're not proof because you can blast them with a car wash and it'll inject it in there and just eat these things. It will corrode like you've never seen because the water can't get back out, and it's usually soapy water, and it's bad. But you can see there's seals down there, but that doesn't seal the outer casing. That seals, down deep when the thing gets together. So all that grunge gets in there. It's just a mess. But anyway, just part of the job. It just slows me way, 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 way down. And the gate quit working. I seen the third person come in here. I'm going, what? Because they'll let people in. They'll stand up. I don't see them. They'll stand up there and hit the remote to open the gate, and it's usually a boat person. And say, I'll come on down, and I'll come down with you. I'll hit the button and open the thing up. It's only open for a little bit, and then it shuts. It shuts fairly quick. So anyway, I'm not unfamiliar with people driving in here that I don't see, or it's not an employee that has a code to get in the gate. Well, the third person turns around and pulls up to the shipping and receiving doors, and I'm going, who is this? So I look out and I'm thinking, it's got to be, one of the owner group or something. No, it's just some random family in an SUV. They were up to no good. It's just normal people. They're probably coming into the store to look at bikes, boats, or whatever. Boats are they're going crazy. I mean, nuts. I think we had a record month last month. It was mostly boats and side-by-sides. Anyway, the third one, I'm going, something's going on. So I stand there and I'm looking out the window. Okay, close gate, close. You only just, I think it's 15 seconds maybe. After there's nothing there, it slowly shuts down. Nope, it's stuck open. So anyway, I called one of the guys upstairs. He was with the gate guy, and he says, restarting it with the button, turning it on and off does not restart anything. And he showed him what to unplug and replug. It looks like a crazy relay of some sort. And it looks like he's got a little timer wheel on it. And I don't know, there's a lot of stuff in that box. What the heck? Antennas and all kinds of nutty things going on. But anyway, doing that reboot didn't work. So he called them. They'll be here before noon tomorrow. But until then, we got it powered down so that it can't just accidentally open on its own, because we tried to shut it at one point and it decided, we walk back to the box, all of a sudden it starts opening again. Last time the guy said that it was seeing something on the sensor, as if something metal was over the sensor, like a car or a motorcycle, whatever. Anyway, I thought I'd just take a break and say hey to y'all, and be back to. I'm quickly running out of time, so I need to go up there and let them know I can assure them I will not be done this evening. All I got to do is swap over the new switch to the bar, And this is one of the older style. I'm sure you've probably seen it over there. The bar comes out of the inner bar. Or I guess that would be the outer bar, because the bar actually goes inside that one. And cables, man, what a fight that was. Unbelievable fight. And I was so dirty. I haven't been that dirty since I was a kid playing in a sand pit. I just couldn't believe how dirty I was. People getting out of that class, they looked over at me like, is this guy okay? And then just this layer of stuff all around on the floor. So I cleaned it once and did the left-hand side and just made the mess all over again, because it looked like the right-hand side was worse than the left-hand side. And you know, originally, it's weird to have two different colors. Did they have a left and right cable at some point? Why you got a red and a green? They're not listed that way, but this is definitely the old steel. Yeah, see, I think stiff. That one's completely stiff. I should easily be able to pull that in by hand. But those hanging will also make the doors not latch. So, you know, I was confident just the cables is going to fix all that. Well, I did the right hand side first, and I'm like, dude, what's going on? This cable's smooth as glass. It's stainless steel. It's new. And I look down in there and go, I go, why is that thing dragging? And because everything's so dirty, I didn't realize it was a layer of dirt laying in this trough where all the hinges and stuff were going back and forth. And you can see where that front little hinge, the lock thing, it was literally wearing a groove in the dirt. So I had to clean all that out, blast all the little levers and everything out, and lube it with something that won't attract dust and stuff. Anyway, first world problems in the motorcycle factory, I reckon. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the goofy little tech talks. Out with the old and with the new. All I gotta do is wrap her in her little sheevy stuff there, and you time it. There's a zip tie and then another zip tie where this thing spins out. Actually, that zip tie was missing for some reason. And one goes, you got the switch, then you got the throttle. They go on the other side. And there'll be taillights down the road. Ready for new adventures. I think it'd be so awesome if these two, because they obviously have a ton of fun. It'd be cool if they got some canyons. That'd be awesome. God, they'd really go exploring. He might. I think he lives on a long gravel road or something like that. But that's a lot of stuff in there for just going down a gravel road. But yeah, just go out there and have fun. Throw caution to the wind. As long as you walk away with a big smile on your face, that's all that matters. Anyway, about ready to wrap her up. I turned in the estimate stuff for the purge valve, the evap canister. A note in there that he really needs a tire. And the parts should be here. We rushed the parts for that thing, for the oil pan, sump pan as they refer to it. It's kind of a spider day today. Upstairs doing spider stuff, down here doing spider stuff. It's just fun. Good day. A little flustering over why the switch wouldn't work, but that's just like something you just got to work through. Never ever would I expect to be a whole layer of stuff inside there. I should have put all that stuff in a pile to show just what came out of those saddlebags. That's crazy. But anyway, all's well that ends well. I think I'm gonna roll at that. Pretty near time to roll out of here. You guys enjoy another Spyder Tech Talk stuff, if you call it that. It's just me rambling. You guys know how the drill goes. Well, hello there, YouTube. Once again, we get up towards our house, and there's more clouds, and it cooled way off.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Humidity almost doesn't exist here.
Yeah, it's really thick
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah, it was very thick at work.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get very high. I think 84, no, 88 I think I seen at one point. It's supposed to be 87. I got to 88. But man, the humidity just makes it feel like it's 100 out there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're outside and the beaming sun's on you. But cloudy, kind of cloudy when we left and cloudy when we come back. It's actually very comfortable. Makes you sleep good at night, I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, rambled on here for God knows how long. So I reckon we're going to let you go with that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. Friday tomorrow.
Yay.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll talk to you in the morning. Bye-bye now.